Hi, it's Jane here from craftwithjane.co.uk, and today I'm bringing you my retro themed milk carton gift box. I just love these. I have made one of these, I think it was Christmas time, but it was a bit thinner and taller, so it's always good to have different measurements, and I just think this one looks so cute and effective. And I have used Sweet Symmetry paper, designer series paper, which is just this one here, and you can see it's got lovely patterns. I don't have many sheets left of this because this is actually going to be leaving us, it should be on the last chance product list, and I'm filming this project in March, but it'll be going live for you guys on YouTube towards the end of April, and I'm pretty sure this paper will be on that retirement list. So if you are interested in purchasing and it's still available, please follow the links below to my shop. I'd be honoured if you chose me to be a demonstrator. So without further ado, let's go on with the project. So I've used Calypso Coral here. I did use Night of Navy, but one of the colours you can see within the designer series paper is this lovely, beautiful orange Calypso Coral colour. And this is an A4 piece of cardstock. I'll be doing my measurements in inches, but if you're interested in the metric measurements in centimetres, please follow the links below to my blog. This is approximately 11 3/4 by 8 1/4, but you can, because there's a tab on the side, you can make that a little bit smaller if you're using American cardstock. So on the short side, the 8 1/4 side, I'm going to score it at 2 3/4 all the way along, 5 1/2 and 7 1/2, and then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to score the long side at 2 3/4, 5 1/2, 8 1/4 and at 11. Okay, so I think you can just see that here. Okay, so also I need to do some scoring to this, just to this first line, just to the first line just here. So I'm going to score that at 4 1/8, just to that first line, and then I'm going to score that at 9 5/8, just to that first line. So you can see that I've just scored these two just to the first line, just there, and that is going to help me to create this element just here. Okay, now I need to get my ruler out and I need to do some scoring along these lines. I'm going to score from the middle point at that first line towards the edge to create the V shape that will be the folds. And I'm going to do that on both of these sections just here, and then again here, and I'll just bring this up to the camera to show you. Okay, so you can see that that's the V shapes just there. Lovely. Okay, so now I'll do some of my cutting. So I'll get my paper snips out, just here, and I'm going to need to cut along this bottom line just here. And I'm going to mite it in along here. Okay, I'm going to cut up all of these bottom ones here, because this is going to be the bottom of the box, and I'm actually going to try to take out the little bit of thickness, just to make it a little bit less bulky on the bottom, which is the piece that I scored. So the most slitherest little slither will be coming out. This just creates a neater finish on the bottom of your project. This is my personal choice. It wouldn't matter if you cut just up the middle of the score line. Just for me personally, I think it just finishes it off a little bit. You see I've done the same there, and I'll do the same on this last one as well. This is a really nice size gift box. You can pop lots of different treats in it. I have, like I said in the intro, I have used candles in these boxes. I've used socks and all sorts of other things as well. So I'm just going to trim these off, just like that. At the top of the box, I need to cut out this top part just here, to this line just here, because these tabs here and here are going to be this section here and just here. Try and be as straight as you can with these cuts, because it is going to be the finished bit that you're left with. So for me to cut this section away, I'm actually going to burnish these two bits down, so they're neatly out of the way. And then I'm going to do my best to cut this section just here as straight as I can. Lovely. Perfect. That's great. And I'm going to miter this little section just here. There we go. And I will leave that like that. Now I'm going to burnish just along here. And I think I'm going to do my sticking before I do anything else then. You can gently fold these in a little bit just to make sure that your box will fold in the right direction, but to be honest with you, if you've scored them well, you won't have an issue with that. So along the bottom of here, I'm just going to check, because sometimes you get those little fuzzy bits. You can see I've got one there, so I'm just going to make sure that's cut away. I'm going to do the same just here. There we go. Perfect. Right, so I'm going to get out my designer series paper and just pop it along the bits that I would like to. So I have cut this style paper out, continuing with the retro feel, and I'm going to pop these in these boxes just here. So I'll get my multi-purpose liquid glue out and we'll stick these pieces down. So you can use any tape for this, but because I like a little bit of wiggle room, as you probably have heard me say a million times now, I do tend to use liquid glue for a project like this. And then I'm going to try and centre it as best I can using those score lines, burnished score lines. Okay, I just love this sort of retro paper. I'm really looking forward to the new catalogue coming out, so I'm hoping there'll be some really cool papers in there as well. One of the things I love most about Stampin' Up! Is their colour coordination. It's why I'm a demonstrator, it's why I buy their projects and do tutorials with their projects, because I absolutely love the coordination in their products. It's amazing. It is, you never have any issue with getting matched colours when you're designing a project. It's just so easy. And the quality, they do really great quality products. There we go. So those are my side panels. Now I have those measure 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. Now I've got two top panels for the front and the back of the box. Just here. I'm going to put it that way. Yeah, because then, there we go. We'll do it that way. Because then it's sort of, does it do opposites? Yeah, so it matches better. Okay, so these panels will measure 2.5 by 1 7/8. There we go. Pop that one just there. It sort of follows the line. Just check I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's good. And then we've got another one of those, so 2.25 by 1 7/8, which I'll pop just here. Back of this paper is also quite lovely, isn't it? And I'll pop that one around the same way. So I'm going to pop that like that. Try and measure it up as best I can. Great. And then lastly, I've got this little piece just here, which I'm going to pop just like that on those little top flaps as well. So I feel like I'm decorating every inch of the space that you can see, but I think that's what makes it feel quite retro-y. It's got all these beautiful colours. And we'll pop this one there as well. Okay, so I will give that a second to dry, and then I will come back and we will glue the box together. Okay, so that's had enough time to dry, so I'm going to use some Stampin' Seal Plus, just like that. Perfect, so I'll pop that like that, and then you literally fold it over and just press down, and you have your box shape. So I'm just going to press that in to make sure that it does fold, and it does. Look at that, it folds lovely, doesn't it? But I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to do the base of my box. So I'm going to have a look at where my join is, which is just here, and I would like this to be the back of the box then. So I'm going to fold this piece in to start with, so that I know that I'm gluing this section down first. And then I will pop some glue just like that, and then I'll pop this one down. I'm going to try and keep it as square as I can, just like this, and keeping it as square as possible. And then for this section I'm going to glue just here. Because this is my last section, and then I'll just make sure it all lines up, press it down as best I can, turn it over, try and keep that square shape, and then I'm going to pop my bone folder in and press down the bottom of the box. Turn it back over, make sure it's holding its shape well, which it is. Lovely, that's perfect. Lovely. So I will now bring this together, and I'm actually going to clip it for a minute in the center. So you can see my edges are all lined up, lovely. Just there. And now I'm going to get out a hole punch. So Stampin' Up don't sell a hole punch, so I have got a We Are Memory Keepers one. Now this is quite a large one because I like the effect of the holes here. So I will be doing the same here. So I'm going to pin one of my edges, and I'm going to work towards the edge of the other one. And I'm going to use the side of the box just there as my guide. I'm going to press it down as far as I can, and I'm going to hole punch. And there we go. So then I'm going to do the same, move the clip to that edge just there, hold it down, and then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to press this down here. Going to make sure that's towards the edge, press it down as far as I can, and there we go. So we now have the holes in similar sorts of places. So I will just get out my ribbon. I'm going to use the white ribbon from the trio ribbon pack that's in the Retiring catalogue, which I love this ribbon. Please, Stampin' Up, if you ever watch this video, bring this ribbon back in some other form, maybe on its own. I would happily. So I'm going to pop that through here, and then pop it just through here, and I'm going to tie a bow. So I thread my ribbon through, and I just wanted to show you the size of the box. You can fit a very good size gift in here. So I'm just going to bring this together again, and I will pull my ribbon through, and then I'm going to clip it on the top again, just to hold it secure while I'm tying my bow for you to see. So I will how cute does that look? I love that little bow off to the side, and I just love the whole retro feel of this project. It just looks lovely. Right, so for my sentiment, you can see here that I've used this You Are Perfectly Unique, and I'm going to do the same. And that comes from the Coordinating in Symmetry stamp set. So I've already stamped this. I've used Night of Navy and the Retiring Bumblebee colour. I'm going to use my Label Me Lovely punch, which I'll just bring out here. And I will centre up my sentiment like that, punch it out, and then I'm going to pop it up on some dimensionals again. So use my Stampin' Dimensionals, pop I'll put a few of these on actually, because I like my sentiments to hold their shape. I don't like them to sag, so I'll put 5, which is quite a good amount on this gift box label. So I'm just taking the backs off just here. I love these Stampin' Dimensionals. They're just so smart. You're not wasting loads. There we go. So approximately here, I think. That looks quite sweet, doesn't it? And then the 2021-2022 in colour jewels, again, these are on the retirement list, I believe, or will be. So I am going to pop on some of these lovely yellow ones. So I'll pop that one just here and just there, and then one down the bottom just here. There we go. So these are my cute little retro feel milk carton gift boxes. I do hope you like them, and please let me know which one you prefer in the description below. I actually love them both, because I do love that 70s vibe, but I don't know. I thought I would like this one more, but I think I might like this one more. It sort of seems really vibrant with the orange, and I don't think I use orange that much in my crafting. So yeah, it's a nice alternative for me. I use a lot of navy, so that's really I think this one, Calypso Coral one, is probably my my go-to over the Night of Navy one. But yeah, so please let me know down below which one you prefer. I'd love to know. So I as I said earlier, if you don't already have a Stampin' Up demonstrator and you would be interested in purchasing products from me, I would be over the moon. Please follow the links below to my online store, which you'll find at www.craftwithjayne.co.uk. I do always send out a thank you card. I do send out gifts if you have a qualifying order and if you use my host code. So they're handmade gifts often, as well as extra products for you. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I always love the thought of crafting along with you. I'm probably going to say bye for now, guys, and happy crafting.